levels.
Here we are.
There's some levels.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another week of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek podcast, where myself, Adam Ordal Quinnell, and my co-host with the Mo-host,
Hey, how's it going? It's Al Hirt here.
Al Hirt, and I get together in a location just off Otto Row in the San Fernando Valley, and we discuss an episode of Star Trek, the original series. And you can tell we're in the valley because we have a fucking helicopter. There is a podcast I listen to called Freedom that Scott Aukerman and Paula Tompkins and Lauren Lapkus do. And they have like a dumb little song that they sing whenever a helicopter goes over. And I can't remember it. I also wouldn't sing it. I'm not going to pay CBB World. All right. So every week we talk about an episode of Star Trek, the original series. And by talk about, I mean we recap. We discuss some ideas. We rate it.
Yeah, non-encyclopedic.
Yeah, we're dorks, but we're not super serious about it.
Yeah, we're trying not to be as accurate. Just kidding.
Yeah, we just want to talk about how kooky
Off the cuff.
These late 1960s, and we wanted to really cash in on this new wave of Star Trek nostalgia.
Yeah,
we've been really cashing in. So last week we discussed immunity syndrome. Now, Al, what do you remember, or what did you enjoy? What about immunity syndrome?
This one was pretty good. Immunity syndrome was pretty good. It wasn't like the Adonis episode or anything like that.
It was
Who mourns for Adonis? Excuse me.
That's fine. Non-encyclopedic.
But I think the best part was just the creepy factor and the tension of everyone getting super sick and just passing out.
Right.
And Kirk like, what the hell is going on? And Scotty not knowing what happens to the engines, and Spock being like, well, it's not a gas because you can't see through it.
Yeah, he was. I love how
it was rough.
I love
it was pretty
how
good in the best sense of the word.
I love how frustrated Kirk is with like fucking science in that episode. Like, it's like, Kirk, you're like, Spock, explain this to me. It's the first time anybody's ever seen it. God damn it,
We're
Spock.
out in space.
Hell, Spock. That's like if Gary Busey was Kirk. All right, so we're gonna play the episode in the background while we watch it. We watched the remasters on Paramount Plus.
So we see all the cool shots.
So last week we discussed immunity syndrome. This week, we're talking about an episode titled A Private Little War.
It goes in theme.
Season 2, episode 19 of Star Trek, the original series. It premiered on February 2nd, 1968. And the synopsis from our scribe at Paramount Plus is, again, spoilery as hell.
Yeah.
Like this, like, so you don't see a Klingon in this episode for like 30 minutes. And it's and the one sentence Paramount Plus synopsis is, the Klingons provide arms to a peaceful planet and disrupt the balance of power. Now,
that's like half the episode right there.
There's a mystery as to whether or not, like, they keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, are the Klingons helping these people or aren't they? Are they or aren't they?
That's exactly what I was hoping we'd get into.
It's right there in the synopsis. We know what happens, and it is
fascinating.
All right, so this episode starts, as many episodes start, with a picture of the Enterprise by a planet.
Yes.
Blown away.
Space.
I really like this. So it opens with Bones collecting samples.
He's actually smiling for once, having a good time.
Oh my God. Being
a health officer.
There is nothing Bones likes more.
Medical officer.
There is nothing. Health officer's good. That's what you call him.
Right.
I get it. We've got our little shorthand. So Bones is scooping various colored sands into vials, saying, "Oh man, this fucking rips. All this sand." This sand
He's like, I gotta stay.
This sand is good research. Then we see Kirk and Spock, who are also. So this is a planet that Kirk has been to before. Kirk 13 years ago was on a expedition.
It was kind of like his, what was it, the first contact? Was that what it was?
Yeah, it wasn't first contact because they're not supposed to contact these people, but he was just doing like a scouting mission to this planet, and him and Spock are here now, and because Kirk's following up to they're following up by Starfleet to see how these people are doing, how they're progressing, right?
Got you, okay.
And they find these large footprints. And
what is it called? The
Mugato.
Mugato.
And Kirk is like, oh yeah, that's the large carnivorous ape-like creature here, the Mugato. Don't worry, just keep it, don't worry about it. And then he explains that this place is super peaceful. There are primitive people. Not too primitive, but they're primitive people. They're like hunter-gatherers.
Yeah.
And there's villagers, and then there's hill people, right? And Kirk shacked up with the hill people when he was there. He met this guy Tyree, and then
Tyree.
He's his link to these people, right?
Good guest star.
Yeah, and then. So Spock goes, I thought you said these motherfuckers just had like bows and arrows and shit. And Kirk's like, yeah. And he's like, but those people have flintlock rifles. And there's these villagers that are going to shoot some hill people with these flintlock rifles. And that's hundreds of years of technology beyond what they're supposed to have. And it's been 13 years later. Right?
It's like literally bringing a gun to a knife fight.
And so Kirk is going to use his phaser. And Spock is like, we can't use our technology around these people. And so Kirk picks up a fucking rock.
He's like, here, this will work.
And every time I see this scene, I just think Kirk's like, a rock. Nature's phaser. and he chucks the rock at the villagers. The gun goes off. The hill people see. The villagers chase Spock and Kirk with their flintlock rifles. And Spock gets shot in the stomach, right?
No, it's kind of, I think it's the back.
Oh, yeah.
They're running away, yeah.
They're running away from the villagers. McCoy hears gunshots, which you shouldn't hear on a primitive planet.
He's very confused. And he wants the three to beam up immediately.
And Kirk and Spock are running to, holy shit, was that a dummy?
No.
Kirk and Spock were running to meet Bones.
Yeah.
And here, I want to see Spock get shot in the back again.
Oh, because he kind of curls up.
Dude, that might be a dummy.
No.
Oh, dude, one more time. So, audience, the dozen people that are listening to me right now, at 2 minutes and 47 seconds, Kirk and Spock run into frame. I'm not saying he's a dummy here, obviously, he's running around. But look at his arm. It's like, he's like crash test dummy style. True. Now he's a real person.
Yeah.
So Spock is shot in the back by a musket ball.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be like shocked and surprised, but Spock's like, I could still move, no worries. And they fall faced up.
Vulcans are very strong.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so
they get beamed up, excuse me.
They get beamed up before the villagers get there.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the opening.
So right now, off the bat, we already have some weird tension. Why do they have guns? Spock's shot.
Why do the villagers have guns, but the hill people don't?
Yeah, exactly. That's
And Spock, is Spock gonna die? Probably not, because he's also starring at the end of the credits.
Yeah, exactly. They need to just explain it in a line or two here.
Okay, here's where we get introduced to one of my favorite characters, Dr. Mbenga. Dr. Mbenga he's from the Vulcan ward. Bones is like, Mbenga's the best. He was on the Vulcan ward.
Of course.
Like at what hospital? Like the Vulcan ward on the Enterprise? Like, is this ship, are there other Vulcans other than Spock? But so Mbenga is an expert specialist. Vulcan doctor. He's a specialist.
Yes.
He's a human. And him and Bones are working on Spock. And now... the plot thickens.
Yeah.
What happens?
Well, that's right, because they see a Klingon ship in orbit, right?
Yeah, so a Klingon ship approaches on the other side of the planet.
Oh my gosh, red alert. And then Uhura's like, wait, they don't even know that we're here. And Kirk's like, wait, yellow alert.
Yeah, see? That's got to be, if I was on the Enterprise.
Could you imagine running the post?
If I was on the Enterprise and it was like red alert, the whole time I'd probably be thinking, I hope this turns into a yellow alert soon.
No,
I hope this doesn't remain a red alert.
Last week, all of my roommates just almost died. At least are the stars outside?
Yeah, are we inside another weird fucking game or cube or something? But no, they see a Klingon ship. They decrease to yellow alert. They go back to threat level 11 p.m. and they're trying to send a message. They can't send a message to Starfleet because the Klingons would hear it.
Right.
And so they basically got to hide in orbit. And now there's a treaty of non-interference between the Klingons and the Federation.
And of the planets?
The Federation of Planets.
Okay.
I didn't realize we were so proper now.
The Federation of Planets? No, I meant interfering with planets. My bad. I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It's non-interference with these planets that are not Federation or Klingon, right? There's a treaty, and I don't know if it's based on an area or just a broad kind of idea.
Okay.
So Kirk is like, well, they broke the treaty. And people are like, well, they could be scientists.
They're in orbit. We're in orbit too.
Exactly. They could just be scientists like us. And Kirk is like, Klingons don't have scientists.
Yeah, right.
This is so much like something that happened with who are the green people, the Orions. Because Orions are mostly known as pirates. So there's jokes in Lower Decks about this Orion that's a pirate. And then it's a big shock when Orions have science vessels. And Tendi, the character, and it's the same thing with Klingons, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody's like, I just never thought the Orions had scientists. And Tendi is like, somebody had to build the fucking starships. That's science.
Yeah.
There had to be Klingon scientists that built the goddamn starship that you're looking at. They didn't buy them all from Vulcans.
There's got to be some evil science involved.
So Kirk is on edge. Because he's worried about Spock being injured, and he's worried, why are my primitive friends being shot by musket balls?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? And this is where we get a great scene with Mbenga and Chapel and Bones standing around Spock's body. And basically what they decide is, so we've done all we can.
Yeah.
Spock's got to just fight it and get his Vulcan body, his Vulcan bullshit that's inside of him just needs to fight what's going on and
they're
heal
looking
himself.
at the vitals and all that, and was it Mbenga was like, these don't matter anyways, let's just turn it off. He's just got to deal with it himself.
Yeah, he's like, just don't even look. You're just going to stress out.
These. Yeah.
It's a watch pot never boils. A watch Vulcan never heals. And so now there's Kirk. Kirk always is working best when he's divided, right? So he's worried about Spock and what the fuck's going on with him, but also, are the Klingons interfering with the regular development of the planet? And now he's got to figure that, and they can't communicate with Starfleet. And so Kirk is like, I'm going down there with Bones. And Scotty's like, but we'll have to, and he goes,
break orbit.
And Kirk's like, if the Klingons come around, you'll have to break orbit. Scotty says we'll be out of communicator range.
He's like, that's fine, I don't care.
Yeah, Kirk says
we'll
have
a rendezvous schedule, right?
A rendezvous schedule. Now so let's recap.
Yeah.
Spock and Kirk get down to the planet.
No, Bones.
No, earlier. I'm recapping. So quick. Spock and Bones get down to the planet. They're there for 5 minutes while Bones is collecting sand, and then Spock gets shot in the back. Now, Bones and Kirk beam down to the planet, and let's see how long they make it before some fucked up shit happens. Because they walk...
No security officers.
So this is the camera right now when they land there. A peaceful culture, indeed. So they're just static shot, fixed camera. And then they start walking, right? And once they start walking, now the camera's handheld. And the second a camera goes handheld on Star Trek, shit's gonna fucking pop off. And then we see a Mugato for the first time.
Yes.
And it's a giant monkey costume. It looks like it came off the set of a Godzilla movie.
It's like a makeshift, the Frankenstein-esque of like different costumes.
Yes.
It's like an ape costume, but then they found a horn somewhere. Yeah.
It's like
I don't know.
Kaiju spines.
Yeah, then it's got that weird little tail at the end.
Weird little tail, ape face. And what is Bones? So the Mugato immediately bites Kirk and looks like it's sucking his tit.
Yeah,
like
Kirk's
it immediately,
and
it's like I mean, maybe he's into it for a minute.
Bones like hunches over,
and
he goes rah, and throws a rock.
And then Bones ducks down and uses his phaser, and just evaporates the thing. After Kirk, he throws a rock. The Mugato stands up, and then he phasers him. And would Kirk have gotten hurt if he phasered the Mugato while he was on him?
Maybe the Mugato touching him.
I don't know.
I don't know, though.
I feel like
phasers would probably be more advanced.
So now,
it was
Kirk,
funny though.
This is some great some Shatner acting.
Yes,
I took the full poison. Fangs.
So cool.
Shuddering moan. Oh my God. Dude is hamming it up. It kind of makes me think like, hasn't he ever been hungover? It's just like everything he's describing is just a bad hangover.
Yeah, right. Bones is just like, here, you need to drink some more alcohol.
There is no antitoxin, is the important thing that Bones says. And within a few hours, you'll be dead. And Kirk is like, Bones, the locals, they have a means of taking care of this. And now this is a fucked up transition. We talked about this when we watched this together last week.
Yeah.
Bones and Kirk are on the ground. Kirk is in pain, and Bones is hunched over him. And Kirk says, there are people in the village that can help.
Oh, yeah.
And then Bones turns to his left, and there's just a motherfucker standing there. They're just like, there's three guys just standing there all of a sudden, and it's
just a hard cut to them.
Yeah. and he walks up to this guy, and he's like, "Are you hill people? Do you know a hunter named Tyree?" And a Mugato attacked him, and this guy,
no questions,
stone face as hell.
Yes,
like this guy's got no fucking oh my God. First off, he stepped off the set of Bonanza, like so many actors. They all look like they were a cowboy the day before. He's got like, all of these guys are wearing like leather vests and chaps.
They have these weird wigs on too.
Weird blonde wigs.
Yeah.
They're like blonde native people. It's weird.
Yeah. Maybe their hair blends in with the sand and stuff.
In the hill, maybe, yeah. Right? Maybe that's part of it. Or because they're out in the sun, their hair gets bleached. Yeah. So they take Kirk, by they I mean the hill people take Kirk and Bones to a cave. Bones throws a big fur blanket on Kirk. And
obviously he's cold.
Now, this is where we meet Tyree. And what is the lady's name?
Oh gosh.
So then it cuts to Tyree, the person that Kirk is looking for, and his witch lady. That's what they call her.
She's a villain, right?
She's a villain, yes. She is and
another
she
one.
Isn't. So basically,
true.
Let me see here. So there's this witch, and she is talking to Tyree, and Tyree is like, "I loved you because you put a spell on me." And then she rubs his arm with this plant, and it makes him horny as hell.
It looks like a drug.
Yeah, it's like aloe, but makes him horny. It's very, very weird.
A Katu'un woman, right? What is it? Kan-utu?
I don't know.
She said it just a second ago.
Yes, like that's what she is. Yeah,
so Kanu-2 lady.
She's the Kanu-2, and so they are like witch women, and she wears an orange fur bustier and leather pants, and he sniffs a plant and gets horny. There's a lot
She
going on.
looks like she could go to a festival.
Right? She looks like she's definitely appropriating some shit. So then the guy with the stone-faced motherfucker that Bones talked to.
He has a stone on the top of his forehead.
And
too.
They all have they all have literally stone-faced. I'm more
there we go.
more observant than I thought.
Oh, and then Bones proceeds to Omega break the rules.
Right? Okay. So in the cave where Kirk is shivering, Bones uses his phaser to heat up some rocks to make them warmer. And of course, Tyree's woman sees this happen and is like, oh, I fucking see what's going on. Let's see.
Oh, it's a Nuna, I think, right?
Yeah. Nona.
Oh, Nona.
So Nona is the witch lady, the Kana-Tu, and she shows up and sees what Bones is doing.
Martha, she immediately turns around.
She leaves, yep. And now, then she goes to Tyree and she's like, look, Tyree, I feel like you're keeping a secret from me about these motherfuckers. And Tyree's like, what? He's like, my brother. I can't share. I can't share. And she's like, but I'm your wife. You can't have secrets from me either.
Doesn't she also say, too, though, like, hey, in order to heal him, I got to know everything about him.
Right?
Who he is, what he's about. You got to let me know.
Good memory. And so she's
a little weird. Did she really need to know?
No.
Is she the expert, right?
No. She didn't need to know anything about him, I'm sure. She just wanted to use Kirk's vulnerability to get Tyree to say they're from the fucking space.
Yeah. It's given like car mechanic.
And they don't.
I got to go, no, I got to get in there. It's going to take a couple days.
Plus, they don't show her. They don't show Tyree tell her, right? And then cuts back to the Enterprise.
Oh yeah, right. Spock.
Weird scene. So Nurse Chapel is very sensually, but also comfortingly holding Spock's hand.
Yeah.
And Mbenga comes in and she like puts it down.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, Mbenga's like, I've seen this in Vulcans before. They concentrate the strength, blood, and antibodies into their injured organs as a form of self-induced hypnosis. And then he says, he might even know that you were holding his hand, And she's that's how I treat all of my patients. I do not want to get fucked by Spock. There's a hilarious her and Spock thing later too, the slapping him.
Oh yeah,
remember?
That's right.
Mbenga's like, whatever you do when he wakes up, do exactly what he says. He's like, what? And he's like, just do it.
Just do it.
Was I unclear? And then it cuts to Kirk gets a turd.
Oh gosh,
he gets a rubbery turd put on his chest.
It's called a Maku root or something like that.
Yeah, it's a plant. It's a plant that's got restorative properties and it wiggles. And
like solid doo-doo.
You can see her hand wiggling it too. It's funny because it's just like a piece of rubber, but they need it to wiggle, so she's like wiggling it with her pinky.
Bones is like, "Is your hand okay?
And then
are you sure you can do this? Your hand's shaking."
Yeah, dude. Bones. There's a lot of Bones has really got a lot going on in this one. And then we see a very good scene of Nona, played by Nancy Kovac.
Yeah,
she does her blood magic. Tyree cuts her hand, and then she rubs the blood all over Kirk, and she does some real magic-y writhing around and making weird sounds. She moans quietly, and then she says, "This of my soul into thine." So she's basically soul boning him.
I was like, I bet this woke up a lot of kids on Saturday morning, internally.
Yeah, probably when they did especially when they did the reruns in the 70s.
Yeah, right.
And she's saying, your pain is mine. So basically, she's transferring Kirk's pain. She's trying to neutralize the Mugato venom with this blood magic. And man, the weird sparkles on the foreheads of the hill people, pretty hilarious.
Yeah, it just feels so awkward, and her hair just floating everywhere.
I have fast forwarded twice during this sequence, and she's still doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like they kind of let it play out.
Yeah, and then Kirk wakes up.
They don't have any effects, any lights flying around her. Usually they'd be really creative with the lights here, but
they were just like, we got all the lights we need, baby.
Run that back.
and Nancy Kovac.
We need you to throw your neck more.
Gross. So Kirk wakes up, got a big rubber turd on his chest.
Messed up.
He can't really talk. He just says he's really tired, and then he passes back out.
Oh, yeah, they wipe off the turd and the wound is gone.
Oh, good eye.
Yeah.
And this is where Bones, Tyree, and Nona kind of go back and forth about, so now that in this culture, when he, because she says he is mine now, and Bones is like he is hers, and Tyree is like, it's like a old wives' tale. If a witch lady saves your life, you know she owns your soul, and you can't say no to anything she wants. You know,
it's weird.
It's as long as you don't let her rub herbs on your naked arm, he'll probably be fine.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there, kind of moment, you know.
And I forgot that after that, Bones just takes a nap.
Yeah, he's like, well, we did what we needed to do. I don't need to use the phaser.
Cut to Bones waking up, having taken a nap, and Kirk is out of bed, and here we go. Kirk sees Tyree again. Kirk is immediately reinvigorated.
It's a nice little reunion here between... We kind of see more about Kirk's past and what he's done as a Starfleet.
When ensign or a lieutenant, a young lieutenant. Was he a lieutenant, I think?
He said probably lieutenant. Who knows?
I don't know. So Kirk is really proud of himself. He's like, I told Bones, I told him you take me to Tyree's camp and he's going to cure me. And you did. The Canutus,
yeah.
So Kirk then really gets to meet this lady ridiculous. Who's been airbrushed, by the way.
But he's he's explaining to Bones about the what is it? Canutus?
Canutus. So Kirk is like he's making eye contact with her and he's telling Bones about the Canutus and he's like trailing off. He's like, yeah, they've studied the roots and the herbs. Who's this fucking lady? I feel like her soul owns me. My soul belongs to her.
He's like, Kirk, come back to me, Kirk.
So basically, now we run into
Tyree's just standing right next to him too, just like crossed-armed.
Yeah, he's definitely he's bummed out. So basically what they need to plan to do is to go see what the fuck is going on in the village.
Right.
Because they have to, what's their goal? They have to determine if the Vulcan or the Klingons.
What is it? Yeah, the Klingons.
They have to determine if the Klingons are giving support to the villagers or if the villagers just... Because what I like about this episode is every time one person says... Yeah, I mean, the Klingons are probably giving them this stuff. But then another cast member says, well, yeah, but what if they just, like, advanced more rapidly than we would have anticipated? And it's like, so they go back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
Even though the goddamn synopsis on Paramount Plus says Klingons are giving these people weapons.
I remember we were talking about it, though, and even if we didn't read it, I remember just being like, oh, I mean, Klingons, duh, like, gotta have some action here. Of course they're fucking shit up.
Right? So Kirk wants to talk to Tyree, and Nona clearly wants to convince Tyree to do war and to have Kirk help him. Like, it's on her face.
Well, she saw the phaser blaster. Come on now. Heating up those rocks.
Definitely. And oh boy.
She's like, that gives us an edge.
She's going to really be wishing she would have saw how to turn that thing on later. Gosh. What a terrible scene that is.
Yeah. Hey, I guess it shows, though, to her character and how, like, what is it, brash she is.
Right.
Just goes for things.
Mm-hmm. And then we cut back to M'Benga, who's like getting his face right up in front of Spock's face, like really studying him.
Yeah, this is a good Vulcan here.
M'Benga kind of has, doesn't he kind of have like Aziz Ansari's posture? Like, look at his shoulders.
He reminds me of, who's the other guy? The doctor from Deep Space.
Robert Picardo?
Picard? No.
Deep Space Nine. Bashir.
Bashir. He's giving a little bit of Bashir vibes, too.
I bet Bashir watched M'Benga and watched
Inspired.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
And that's when M'Benga says, look, when Spock wakes up, he goes, look, Nurse Chapel, I am not fucking around. When Spock wakes up, you do whatever he asks. And she's like, whatever he asks. And he's like, what was unclear about that? Whatever the fuck he asks you to do, do it.
He's like, did I stutter?
And and then he leaves, and it's so funny because he's playing the most hilarious joke because he knows what Spock's going to ask for. And he could tell her that, but because she's a woman, he's like, oh, do what he says. Like, he's going to wake up and be like, Nurse Chapel, make out with me. And then she's going to have to. That's what he's implying, but it's funnier than that. And now we get Kirk and Tyree and Bones talking about the fire sticks that the villagers have. They're basically planning what to do here. They can't. He's afraid of sneaking into the village at night because the Mugato's mate is probably out there mad that they vaporized her mate.
Like, you killed one. I saw it.
And basically this is where it's oh my God.
What?
This is where at 26 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yeah.
Nona basically reveals that Tyree told her that they're spacemen.
Oh, I know. Oh my God.
And Bones goes, what else do you know about us?
Yeah.
And he points it at Tyree when he says that. And the look on Tyree's face, he's like, oh, he knows he did bad.
Yeah.
He knows, even though he's a primitive hill person. Even a hill person knows when they did bad.
Well, then it'll spread. It's like the best secret's kept with one person, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no one that's not going to know, even if it was like some fairy tale, right?
Yeah.
Do you think fairy tales are like old people? Fuck.
Maybe. Holy shit, dude. You just blew my mind. I was not expecting that.
Or it's all lies.
Right? Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I always thought, though. Like, those stories last, you know? Who knows what it is? That's a plot, though, to some sci-fi movie. I forgot. It's like The Rapture, but instead of an angel, it's like a devil. Oh. Yeah, and it's about how, like,
is that
they're actually
Legion?
Aliens. No, not Legion. Legion was kind of like that, though.
I remember. I watched that on
it was a sci-fi original. It was like, so.
Legion starring Paul Bettany before he was Vision.
Yeah, that's true.
I watched that on a plane on my way to India the first time I ever flew anywhere. And it was like fucking bananas.
Anyways, yeah.
So Nona wants to convince Kirk to give them weapons.
The phasers.
Yeah. They
to
just
blow everything up.
Give us phasers to kill the motherfuckers, the villagers.
This is where it gets the interesting conflict, though, and I like this whole side conversation.
Right?
Where it's, what is it called? Tyree's just like, I'm not going to kill. That's just like not who I am. And I was like, damn, dude, to be that guy in evolution, to just be like, I don't want to have war.
Right? And so Tyree is a pacifist, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to kill anybody. And basically what's going to end up happening is Kirk is going to end up petitioning for like a mutually assured, like he wants to keep them on even level or whatever. So
mutually assured destruction.
Right? And so basically Kirk is explaining to Nona, he's like, look, we can't interfere with what you've got going on because if your weaponry grows faster than your morals, that's bad. And she's like, but Tyree's your brother, right? You could stop him from being killed, and you're not going to.
Yeah, she goes, we must fight or die.
And she tells Kirk and Bones, you can do it. Make him powerful. Make him safe. That's a great line, like really playing on their sympathy. Like, you can make him powerful, you can make him safe, and if he dies, it's your fault now.
Yeah, and it feels like more, what is it called? It's giving more security, less freedoms, you know? It's like, if this guy has all the power and he knows what's what, then he'll know how to take care of these other people because he's got the phaser, you know?
Mm-hmm. And Tyree...
It's given dictatorship vibes.
Exactly. And Tyree, he Tyree basically is like, Kirk, I know you're going to help in ways she can't understand.
Yeah.
Meaning you're not just going to give us weapons, but we know what happens because we've seen the episode. So
it really goes off the rails.
It does.
Morally after that.
Bones and Kirk, they just lose. They lose. This is a failure of Starfleet. like, I'm surprised Kirk doesn't get drummed out of the fucking Starfleet after they find out about what he did on this planet.
Seriously.
So basically,
you really fumbled it, bro.
Bones, Tyree, and I think another guy and Kirk go to the village, and they they break into the forge where the villagers make the weapons. So it's like, oh, well, they're making the weapons. They're not getting help from the Klingons.
Bones picks up like 2 minerals in his hands. He's like, what is it called? What are those 2 minerals? Phosphorus and what's the other one?
Oh, yeah. So on their way to phosphorus and like sodium or something,
sulfate? Charcoal.
Phosphorus and charcoal.
Yeah.
He's like, on their way to the building, he's like, well, they have phosphorus and charcoal. They might know how to make gunpowder. Mm-hmm. And then, boom, you see a Klingon. And it's obviously the Klingons.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
they should have kept this.
What's the time of there? 30 minutes? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They should have pushed this scene back to after, because now we, the audience, we know that the Klingons are doing it, right?
Well, it's confirmed now.
Exactly. and basically the villager that's with him is like, man, my people really love killing. I was surprised by how much killing my people would like to do.
They quite literally spell everything out at this point, you know? It's like, oh, these weapons are dope. Oh, we're going to give you even better weapons.
Exactly. This is a better striker, and it's a longer barrel that'll be more accurate.
And he's like, what? Oh, you shoot better with the long one. And he's like, okay, thanks.
I got it. Shooty, long. Here, this is where he says it. Coal for forge, sulfur for gunpowder.
Yeah. It feels like it's a callback to when Kirk was in Arena and he had to figure that shit out in his little barrel.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Here's what bums me out about this part. I just wish they would cut that scene with the Klingon. Because it should still be a mystery for us, the audience, at this point. Like, we should learn that it's for sure the Klingons when they do. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's a big failing in, like, a storytelling way. Like, I'm putting on my...
it's not like that scene would have changed anyways.
It's nothing. Exactly. It doesn't change anything. Yeah. You could totally have them... They could come in here and say all that shit in the forge, which they basically do.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, it's really silly, you know?
And this is what I love. They go into the forge, so it's like, well, they have coal and sulfur in a forge, so they must be making the weapons.
Okay, let's check out their
but now let's look at the weapons. Wait, these couldn't be forged by this type of rock.
And it's like a beautiful fucking forge inside, and then Bones is like, oh, this is pure nickel.
Yeah, this wouldn't. And People's Exhibit number 2, cold rolled gun barrel rod, fashioned to look homemade.
Weird.
Yeah, so basically,
he goes, looks like you're right about the Klingons, Jim. And yeah, we were both like, wow, they're really just like lathering it on. And I was like, do they Adam, they literally have to get every piece of evidence? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we know. And now they come in and kind of repeat the Kirk and the gang are hiding, and the Klingon and the dude, or the villager, are talking about how much the villager loves killing, and how I'm surprised the villagers like killing so much. We're into it. It's great to have power and take a life.
Oh, that was actually the key part, though, about the scene of them getting introduced. Was, he goes... Well, the villager was like, well, we ambushed a bunch of hill people, and there was like one chick, but we couldn't really figure out like who
how
gets
do we
her.
Divide her?
Yeah, and and the Klingon goes, give her to the man who killed the most people.
Yeah,
it would reward them and incentivize them, and da 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 da. And it's like pretty much after that scene, and then them telling them and the Klingon pumping them up. This just feels like it nails it. When the end game of the phasers, if they hop too many What is it? Squares ahead.
Exactly. We also he goes, "We'll make a Klingon out of you yet, villager."
Yeah, right. He's like, "You'll be the commander of this planet."
And so Kirk, then we go handheld camera again, which means action.
Oh yeah.
Kirk jumps from behind the forge and just body checks the Klingon over. Mm-hmm. And then they get the tides turn on the Enterprise crew. They get captured, but they're only captured for a second because here's how they get away. They push them.
Yeah.
And Bones picks up an iron rod and hits the guy. And
a break
they run
happened,
away.
right? In between that?
Yeah, commercial break.
Commercial break, yeah, I remember that.
So they get the Enterprise crew gets captured. They cut to commercial. You're seeing commercials for Tide or Millard Fillmore or whatever the fuck.
Or whatever, on that night.
1968. And February 2nd, and then you're like, oh, were they captured? And then comes back after commercial, and oh no, they push them over and get away.
Easy. Come on, man, they're just villagers. They don't know combat. That's the future combat.
Right?
It just cuts right back to the Enterprise, though.
And here we go. We find out what is Spock. What could Spock possibly ask of Nurse Chapel when he wakes up? And he wakes up and he says, Nurse Chapel, hit me. And she goes, what? And he goes, strike me.
Water?
Strike me, hit me. And she hits him and he goes, hit me again. The pain will keep me conscious. And then she's wailing on him and fucking Scotty.
He just walks by and he's like, oh my God, woman. Have you gone deaf?
He's like, up your shaft. It's the up your shaft sample from a future episode. Shaft. I don't know what episode that's from, but I hope we haven't missed it. Up your shaft. Yeah, so Scotty comes in, he says crazy. She's daft, he stops her, and then Mbenga comes in and he's like, why aren't you slapping him still? And he starts slapping Spock, and then he tells Scotty it's fine, Spock needed to be fucking slapped.
Yeah, Mbenga's like, pain is a form of, treatment for these Vulcans. That's how they're able to get back into consciousness.
Right?
They're fighting their way back.
And then
literally
you have to slap them back to reality.
Yeah, right.
And then cut to Kirk's showing the hill people about guns.
Yeah,
there it is.
Literally 10-15 minutes ago, we shouldn't phasers, and then guns, no way. We could help you out in other ways.
and Bones is like, look, man, this is where they talk about mutually assured destruction. Right? This is where we talk about the Cold War. Kirk is saying, look, they fucking haven't... the Klingons upsetted the natural development. They gave them flintlocks. So now we have to give our side flintlocks.
By that logic, yeah, we need to keep them up and catch... what does he say? If the planet is developed the way that it should, it should all work out if we both give them... the same kind of gear?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're going to just arm each side so that they're even. But here's where that's fucking stupid. Why wouldn't he just tell the Federation that the Klingons are breaking the fucking treaty?
Because they're out of range.
No,
they're not out of range.
You're breaking the fucking treaty.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Scotty, aren't they already gone anyways? They're out of orbit anyways.
Well, no, their Klingons are still around. Scotty's out of orbit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Scotty's out of orbit anyways. He could call them.
Yeah, go call the fucking... Well, I don't know if just being out of orbit, he probably...
No, he didn't know. He didn't have jurisdiction.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why wouldn't they just say, hey, Klingons, we know you're breaking the fucking treaty, dog. Like, you're done. You have to leave, and then we're gonna take all the flintlocks away from these motherfuckers, and we're gonna make sure this next generation grows up without those weapons.
That's like too much, though. That's too logical.
Yeah, it's too
a lot of red tape,
and it just really feels like Kirk is destroying this whole society with these decisions he's making.
See, this is why we watch Star Trek, Adam. Is because Kirk does the wrong thing
all the time.
Yes,
he talks about
that's what makes it so good.
he says, do you remember? Bones is like, I don't have a solution, but furnishing him with firearms is certainly not the answer. And Kirk says, Bones, do you remember the 20th century brush wars on the Asian continent? Ooh, all that sounds bad. Yeah. Much like the Klingons and ourselves, neither side felt they could pull out. Yes, I remember. It went bloody year after year.
Yeah,
so
right.
Bones is saying, look, this isn't good. We can't.
Why give them guns for them to kill each other faster?
Right. And it's like I don't understand why they don't just beam all the fucking flintlocks off the planet.
Yeah. Right?
Just like beam all the Klingon stuff off the planet. You could just do that. Just beam it onto the Klingon ship with a note that says, "We know you violated the treaty, bitch."
There's 400 people on the Enterprise, and there's maybe one Klingon that we've seen talk to that villager,
right? Yeah. And so basically,
actually, there's the whole ship up in orbit, but still.
Now, the Klingon. Then we cut to Spock is back on the bridge. He's got the con because he's healed, and the Klingon ship beams somebody up. So that's the Klingon.
Oh, right.
Now that Klingon knows that Starfleet is there because he got attacked by Kirk. Well, I guess they weren't dressed like Starfleet at the time. But, they were wearing their leather vests.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't the Klingons know they're there now? So basically, this is when Kirk goes out into the woods looking for Tyree, I believe, and he finds Nona. And then Nona tricks him into. She's like, everybody thinks the Kanu too. They think they come to them on their own, but we control you. She's like, I knew that I would like to talk to you. And she's like putting the plant in his face.
Yeah.
She's trying to get you with that plant, that horny goat weed, Kirk.
Yeah, and it's the already starting the whole, snake charm kind of eating thing. He's getting hypnotized,
Right? Yes.
And you see Tyree walking up, and you're getting this sense of, oh no.
Tyree happens to be holding the only gun that the Hill people have when he sees Kirk making out with his wife.
And it happens to be loaded because he's just, checking for any people on the outskirts of their camp.
Well, he doesn't, and he can't do it. He can't kill Kirk.
Not.
Because he can't, well, he couldn't kill anybody for anything, but certainly not his friend.
I think that's what it's showing too on a bigger scale. Because that's fucked up, man. That's some betrayal.
And Tyree just throws the flintlock rifle down and jogs away in tears, and then whoops, the Mugato comes down.
Dun, dun, dun.
And it's funny because Nona fucked herself over on this because Kirk is so like hypnotized and trying to make out with her. He's so horny that he can't deal with the Mugato, and she's like, "Stop trying to make out with me! I gotta run away from this fucking Mugato."
The Mugato, it's giving Toho vibes,
Right? Yes.
I like the way it's standing. It's a bodysuit and all that.
I love the movements, moving the hands next to his head. That's how those bodysuits do it.
It reminds me of like an abominable snowman.
Yeah, it looks like an abominable snowman, a Yeti.
A Yeti, yeah. That's a better word for it.
And then Kirk uses his phaser to vaporize the Mugato, and of course she picks up the phaser and runs away while Kirk is still writhing from the fight.
Yeah, and Tyree's walking back to the camp, and Bones is like, "Wait, what? What happened to your gun?" And he's like, "I threw that away."
And Bones is like his uncle. He's like, "Well, that's not a good thing to do with a gun, you fucking dummy."
Yeah, I mean, hey, in the context, it is true, though. New world.
Yeah.
Gosh, maybe that's
They all come up on Kirk. And here we get to, so Kirk is just waking up. All the boys find him. And then Nona runs into some villagers who have guns on her, and she's like, "I can destroy you with this little box in my hand." She's holding Kirk's phaser. But she doesn't know how to use it, so immediately these guys start to assault her.
Ugh, it's nasty.
It's very gross because you'd think that they could just beat her up, but of course it gets sexual and rapey immediately.
Yeah, they all start grabbing at her and just tossing her.
Ridiculous. And then Kirk realizes his phaser's gone.
Aged.
Look.
Yeah, and
she's trying to clicking through them fighting her. It's gross.
That's true. But she's trying to click the phaser and obviously doesn't understand how it works.
And then she gets stabbed in the chest with a knife and dies.
Yeah, and everyone's like, no.
And then Bones gets shot in the arm by a flintlock rifle.
Yeah, we're like, oh, what's going on? And then you just see Bones totally fine, just, holding his arm.
his lead ball shot arm.
Hey, it's given scraped though. Come on, the way he's standing.
Exactly. It grazed it. A flesh wound. It grazed him.
Compared to Nuna getting stabbed in the chest.
And then Kirk and Tyree and the villagers have it out. And then Tyree smashes a villager's head to custard with a rock.
And then Kirk does what is it called? A flying kick. Oh my gosh, Tyree almost hits Kirk with a rock.
With a big rock, and Kirk stops him.
Yeah.
And then Bones is like, oh, hold on, I got this.
She's dead, Jim.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, because he checks Bones checks Nona's pulse and gives them an old
She's dead, Jim.
And and then the next thing after she dies, Tyree goes and picks up the gun, and he goes up to Kirk and he says, Kirk, give me more of these.
Any more.
Aeroplane.
Hey.
I like pleasure spiked with pain. Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then he asks for more guns, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it just kind of goes to the obvious conclusion of, hurt people, man.
Well, I not even like, yes, you are correct that it's just going to be like violence begets violence begets violence. It's a never-ending cycle of death and destruction, and they could just beam all the guns off the fucking planet. I do not understand. I do not I'd have been the guy. Like, I'd have been Boimler in Lower Decks, like standing in the background, being like, "Why don't you just beam all their fucking guns off the planet?" Like, I don't get it. And now Kirk and Bones have their little moment at the end where Bones is like, well, so this is it now? We're just going to arm them and the Klingons will arm the other side. And Kirk is like, yep. Scotty and Spock is like, I trust all has gone well when they communicate her up. And Kirk is like, yeah, it's fine. Hey, Scotty, how long would it take you to make 100 flintlock rifles? To reproduce 100 flintlocks. And Scotty's like, what does he say? I didn't get that exactly, Captain. 100 what? And then Kirk says 100 serpents for the Garden of Eden.
Oh, wow.
Up your shaft.
How very thematic of him. It's a very bow tie kind of ending here.
Yep. And then Kirk says, we're very tired, Scotty. Beam us up home.
Please.
And then it cuts to a beautiful remastered shot of the Enterprise with an Earth-like planet in the background. Mm-hmm. What a somber ending.
Yeah.
I think it's so weird. Like, I wonder if they ever revisit this in future Star Trek stories, because he really fucked up. Like, that's a huge problem.
No, there's like a lot of tonal shifts in this. And yeah, this is a bigger fuck up than marking two people as missing, after they die on some crazy mission in Star Trek 1, right?
Yeah, man.
The motion picture.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. You love that example.
I do. It's hilarious.
Yeah, they're just like, just say they are gone.
Yeah.
Just say they disappeared. When really they became the universe. And yeah, just a weird ending. It's one of those rare endings that doesn't end on the bridge of the Enterprise. And they're just so what you're telling me, Kirk, is you're going to go back here every year and just see where shit is at. Mm-hmm. And give them the balancing act of weaponry.
Yeah.
Very strange resolution. I always think it's weird when Kirk decides to do some shit to resolve it that just means a lot of an irrational amount of work in the future. Like, it doesn't make any. It's like with Khan. He's like, we'll just put them on their own planet to figure out whatever the fuck. It's like,
good example.
No, dude, no, you don't know.
Spacey, that's the other one.
No, God. Dummy. But yeah, so that's.
I'm trying to think, what else would be a fuck up though from Kirk?
So why is it a private little war? We never talk about the episode titles. But
I guess it's initially a private little. Well, no, I guess private in the sense of, God, that's pretty fucked up in the sense of that there's not that many people. And that it's something that it's on the side. It's like a proxy war, right?
Yes,
That's
it's
what that
Kirk.
is?
Well, they are fighting a proxy war. I think the private war is like it's like Kirk's own private war. He feels responsible for it because he's the person who like studied the planet for Starfleet. Does the compendium have anything interesting to say about this episode?
Oh, actually, no, not. I mean, I don't have it on me today.
Oh, I thought you were looking at it before.
No,
I wouldn't have said
you're good.
anything. Oh no.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Fascinating.
It was just that I think what the whole theme of this episode is that, you know, they just have to keep going on, and that the point of no return was already broken with the flintlock guns. Like there wasn't, you weren't coming back from that. This isn't the best solution.
No way to put the genie back in the bottle.
Yeah, it's kind of like what is it? Pandora's box too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what did
all the grievances?
So what did you think? Is there anything? Well, one thing that I want to say here is Kirk assumes that the Klingons have broken the treaty, and Scotty's like, they have every right to do research, and Kirk is just racist as hell against Klingons, and yeah, I just think that's interesting that yes, he ends up being right. I kind of wish it hadn't been the Klingons.
Yeah, I feel like that might have been a little more Star Trek.
There's a more interesting story if the Klingons are also just watching what's going on.
Which is exactly why it goes back to how this dragged. Like, we knew kind of what was going to go down, and then, you know, they were like, oh, this is a pretty nice forge. Oh, this is pure nickel.
We already knew.
This is.
That's called dramatic irony. When the audience knows something that the characters don't know, like we know for sure that it's Klingons, but we gotta watch these motherfuckers fumble around and figure it out still. It's like, nah, you should learn that shit with the characters. But
no, yeah, I feel like, yeah, I agree with that. It's a private little war, you know, in the editing room, probably.
Yeah, right. So, or a very public war, depending on how much shirtless Shatner they gotta fucking. All right, how many
Hamako roots?
Well, before we do how many Hamako roots, good voting thing. Yeah. I was gonna say Mugato horns, but Hamako roots is better. We got the Mugato. They really like.
Yeah, that's true.
There's two things going on in this episode.
You monster.
There's this war between these two people, and also the Mugato that poisons Kirk and almost kills Nona at the end. Crazy, right? And great costume.
Like it's very never underutilized. They use it in two big scenes, you know, and Kirk almost dies and people almost die. But it's not really like a part of the war. Maybe that's the private little war, right? In between the humans and like these Mugatos themselves,
or the private little war is the war in Kirk's
do you know what was crazy?
Soul with Nona is the private little war against her magic.
Yeah. Do you know what I just realized too?
What?
When Tyree was like, oh yeah, you killed that Mugato, like his mate's gonna be really fucking pissed, and at the end he's really fucking pissed because his mate died.
Hell yeah, dude.
I was like, oh, that's a little cool foreshadowing now that we've seen this.
Dude, yeah. So it's funny because it's like for every misstep I think we get in these episodes, they also like knock some shit out of the park.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
it's like the Purge episode where it's like there's that little cool sci-fi part, but they just do not delve into it at all. Like Mugato, that could have been
the red time
whole episode.
Right? Yeah, the Purge part of that episode is like happens between commercial breaks.
Yeah, right.
I give this episode 3.5 Hamaka roots.
Oh yeah,
3.5, not a 4. I thought that it had some fun costumes. The
costumes, that's true.
If this episode consisted only of the two Mugato sequences, it would be a 3.
Yeah.
So like all the little shit here and there, the blood magic, the fucking bones heating up the rocks red with the phaser.
I think it's the bad decisions that make this episode a little better. But yeah, it's a weird change of pace from what was the one before. Immunity syndrome.
Immunity syndrome.
Oh my gosh. Boom. Yeah, I think they needed a little bit of like silliness here and there with the Mugato too.
And they did, and but it was also
did.
dead. But it also is about war and
True.
and because the
stale ass ending too.
The Korean War had happened or was wrapping up at this time. Oh, don't look up the timeline on that. I don't know. But so this was like in the and it was the Cold War with Russia at the time.
Yeah,
it was the beginning of the fucking Cold War, and they're doing this episode basically like, about a cold. They're gonna like, well, we're just gonna do a Cold War like they did back then. That was cool.
What the? Yeah, that's true. I think that's why
God,
you get
is this
it. It's
propaganda?
Like weird,
is this propaganda to justify the Cold War to the United States?
Maybe.
Oh my God, Gene Roddenberry, no. Gene Roddenberry, no.
Up your shot.
No, and it's all like, that's what it felt like. Remember last time when Kirk was saying, a crime has been committed. We have to go after that ship. A crime has been committed. And we're like, oh, that's a little nosy.
Dude.
Last week, they almost fucking died in a cell.
Last week, they were fighting an amoeba.
Yeah.
That was going to destroy all of reality.
Maybe they shouldn't, poke the bear with this planet,
Oh my God.
That is such a good idea, though, Adam. You're just like, just phase out all the fucking...
Beam all the guns off.
Beam them all out.
Beam the guns onto the bridge of the Klingon ship with a note that says, we know what you did, motherfucker. Yeah. And then just like flex and bounce.
Boo
like, I don't...
you.
Right? Like, I don't know. I
wonder how far this planet is from everything, too, though.
Well, they said it's
it's a neutral planet?
I believe it's a neutral. I know it's a neutral planet because nobody.
Nothing's yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how far. Right. So what was your rating? How many Hamako roots?
I don't know. I was thinking probably. Yeah, I agree with you. 3.5. I would have given it a 3 if it was just for those sequences, those two Mugato sequences.
And I love Tyree.
It's also though the specialist, the Vulcan specialist doctor. He makes it funny too.
Baby.
Mbanga, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mbanga, you're facing up.
You're making me want to give it a 4, but I'm sticking with it. 3.5.
Yeah, man, 3.5. You gotta stick. Plus, the smacking was
slapping
funny.
Spock.
Yeah, and then I don't know, just all the little worrying about Spock and that it was a nice little Bones Kirk adventure here.
Yeah.
Made a little nice and split off, a little more personable.
I do think it is kind of a double beat that it opens with Spock getting shot. And then Kirk and Bones, because this planet is supposed to be a Garden of Eden, and it's like Spock gets shot immediately, and then the Mugato
in the desert every time.
Yeah, it's very strange, but yeah, 3.5 all around. Good job. That was a private little war.
That's funny too. At like the beginning and the it leads to a lot of like, oh well, we're stuck. Oh well, we're stuck, and like they 100% allude to it of like, oh well, if the Enterprise goes out of orbit, we'll have a rendezvous schedule. Don't worry. And but yeah, I agree. 3.5.
Good job, man. What you got to recommend for the peeps?
Oh shoot, I don't know. Let me think.
Here, I'll go.
Still playing Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Echo. I've watched the first 3 episodes. So here's what I like about it. I don't give a shit about the MCU anymore. Yes, if they wanted to hire me to write something for them, I would. But I'm not going to like go out of my way to watch everything compulsively right away necessarily, right? Yeah. Like I used to, because I was so interested in anything comic book movie for 15 years or 20 years. But this was good. And because the Marvel series, they were making them like long movies and it just wasn't working as TV shows really.
Yeah, it was like a season.
And Echo, I think, might be the last thing that they're producing in that way. But this feels a lot more like, and every critic or whatever, everybody's saying the same shit, but it feels more like Netflix's Daredevil and those street level hero shows that were so good for like a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that. And Daredevil is in the first episode.
Okay, well, that's
and
cool.
It rips.
Yeah.
And Echo is a very cool fucking character, and that actress kicks ass. It's good and violent, and Kingpin is back.
Okay,
you got the D'Onofrio going, D'Onoff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people should check it out if they're into comic book stuff.
They're not leaning too much on Daredevil, though, are they?
I mean, no, it takes place in New York when Kingpin is the villain. Like, Daredevil's just around.
Yeah.
That's her first...
He's doing more lawyering.
Yeah, her first job for Kingpin is, like, she's got to go with these other two guys and kill a bunch of people. And Daredevil shows up at her first gig. And God. she fights... She kicks his ass. Like she and Kingpin's like, none of my men have ever lasted that long against him. Because Echo's whole thing in the comic books is she was kind of like Taskmaster in that if she sees you do a move, she can do it.
Remembers it. Yeah.
So if you're fighting, it's like that joke on Futurama where Leela is fighting herself from the alternate universe.
Oh, yeah.
And they do the exact same kick. And Farnsworth is like, perfectly symmetrical violence never solves anything. And like, so that's why, and she was a Daredevil villain. That's where she comes from, or ends up being an anti-hero or whatever. But I recommend that everybody that likes comic book stuff, even if you're kind of over the MCU, watch the last 2 episodes of Hawkeye, because Echo is in that.
Oh yeah.
And it's got the Kingpin stuff. So like the last 2 episodes of Hawkeye are very good for action. And Amanda Seyfried that plays Little Lady Hawkeye? She kicks fucking Kingpin's ass. And it's really good. Haley Steinfeld. There's a great scene where she's fighting fucking Kingpin, and he's just like a big brick and just picking her up, throwing her around. She kicks his ass. And then at the end of Hawkeye, Maya from Echo has a moment with Kingpin that leads off into her series, basically. And it's like 5 episodes. I've watched 3 of them. They're very good. Okay. And then we're also watching Reacher still, but that's guilty pleasure. Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about that dude's character from Blue Mountain State, the Reacher guy.
I haven't watched that.
You gotta watch. It's so funny.
Dude, I saw ads for that.
Humor, but it's so funny.
It was on Blue Mountain State. That was on CW, wasn't it? It was like their hour-long comedy.
Though, I thought.
Oh, maybe it was.
I don't know, CW. No, it wasn't on CW.
It was on
It was
cable.
Too crude.
It was on cable.
It was back when the cable days.
What am I thinking of that was on CW? Anyway, what do you got to recommend other than Blue Mountain State?
There's one album that came out that I actually pretty liked a lot. It was West Side Gun and Conway the Machine. They're two like... So there's this kind of weird resurgence of like hip-hop of... I don't know, being more cerebral, lyrical, spiritual, like all the old head kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's coming back, but with like different kind of ways. These guys are kind of at the tail end of it because they kind of started in the 2010s, 2013s, but they didn't really pop off until 2018, 2016s, or 2016, 2018. But the album's called Hall and Nash 2, and it's basically like all these slow beats and like very, big interesting verses in between. So like the beats aren't really like traditionally like with the drum, snare, hi-hat, but it's more like the Alchemist is like chopping samples in different loops with records. And it just sounds like someone, not authentic. Well, I guess, yeah, fuck it. It's authentically like mixing like these samples and chopping them together in a way where
that's
it's like
how you make smooth. The beats rather than with the drums.
Right. Well, like, yeah, and I feel like he tries to use the least amount of stuff, but it's kind of like an inverse of like giving the rapper enough room to rap in between the bars instead of the beat going all crazy, It's not mainstream, is what I'm saying, basically.
Great. And it's what? What's
Hall and Nash 2.
Hall and Nash 2.
Yeah.
Right on. Have you heard the...
It's fucking weird. Have you heard? It's interesting.
Have you listened to a lot of Beastie Boys? Like that was I grew up listening to Beastie Boys. There's a B-side of from their album Hello Nasty. There's a version of 3 MCs and 1 DJ where Mixmaster Mike does the beat just by scratching the 2 records like live, and then they rap their song and it's fucking rips. I'll show it to you after this.
Okay,
it's
cool.
Really good.
Yeah, honestly, like sometimes when you find the right loops, I feel like it's obviously they have the privilege to do that because they're so incredibly famous and rich that they're just like, fuck it, this is my thing. I can do whatever I want. And it's like there's no one judging them because obviously they're so big at that point, you know, it's whatever. But I think there's just a kind of like cool beauty to it of this interesting new, well, not new, I guess, but it's just this wave of like hip hop that is still kind of, there's still a need for it. There's still a want for it. You know, some people say it is underground or not mainstream, but like these guys have like millions of followers. So
it's wild what
it's
is
like
underground
a weird
these
corners.
days.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a corner of like 15, 20 million people. Like, they just have this niche thing.
Well, plus living in LA, right? When I'll see photos from like Telegram Ballroom or these like venues on Facebook that are sharing photos of like this show of like a goth punk band that I've never heard of, where there's just, it's sold the fuck out and it looks insane. And it's like, who are these people? Like there's, everybody's got their audience and I love it. But yeah, so check out Holland Nash 2 if you like that spiritual, thought provoking hip hop. Not spiritual, but I get what you're saying. Like a meditative.
Yeah, it's very chill, but it's like
Black Star.
Hard hitting lyrics. No, not as deep as thought provoking as Black Star, but it's more like, it's definitely better verse than like someone like Drake, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know enough about those rappers. The big rappers like Jay-Z and all the huge
they're good,
fucking. I just
they're
don't
good in a different way.
I haven't listened to hip hop regularly in a long time, and I need to correct that. And you're always recommending great shit, and I check it out and I listen to it for like a week or two, and I'm like awesome, and then I just like go back into listening to metal. Yeah. But yeah, so thanks for listening.
Oh, King Gizzard will have to make a hip hop album now, huh?
Dude,
that would be crazy.
They have.
They have?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
There's them rapping more, I believe. I could be wrong, but yeah, It's like changes. It's like them collaborating with somebody else. Mm-hmm. They've at least done a hip hop song for sure.
For sure. Oh, at this point, yeah.
But
anyways, what were you saying? What's next week?
Next week is a great fucking episode. Return to Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Bananas. Mind control. Weird orbs.
Yeah, the guest star too. I did immediately recognize.
Great guest star. Yeah.
Right.
Dr. Polanski from Star Trek TNG. But yeah, so this week was A Private Little War. Next week's Return to Tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, guys.
Subscribe. Do all the stuff in the bumper.
It's episode 51.
51, baby.
We made it over the hump.
Absolutely. So have a good rest of your week. Do all the stuff in the bumper and be safe out there.
Peace.
Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordall Quinnell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam, mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials, and you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking worlds.